America, you know, we never see really the subscription numbers. We see pay-per-view numbers, but we never see subscriptions by Canelo. Or what is the grade as far as?
The grade is A+. I mean, the numbers are fantastic. You look at Devin Haney's last fight against Jorge Linares, that's doing much bigger numbers than most of all the Showtime stuff that you see reported as well. It's an OTT streaming platform. They're not like an official, they don't have to deliver their numbers, but they're here and they're consistently invested in spending money. If it wasn't working, they would not be here anymore. We've had 3 years at this. Right now, we've built a solid subscriber level where the customer and the boxing fan says, I love DAZN. DAZN is an unbelievable platform. It gives me brilliant value for money. I'm not having to keep spending 80 bucks every other week to watch a pay-per-view. We're delivering a solid schedule from all around the world. And you see with the closing we have to 2021, the plans for 2022. The haters will say, oh, you know, when we went a bit quiet in August and September, like you do, and we were waiting for Canelo Alvarez, oh, Matchroom are leaving America, DAZN are leaving America. Couldn't be further from the truth. We're stronger now than we've ever been. But we just got to keep making these great fights. And you've got Teofimo Lopez, you've got Devin Haney back-to-back to close off a brilliant year in America.
My last question to you. I saw you at the forum for the Superfly fight.
Yeah.
And I once asked you, I said, Demetrius Andrade is the last piece to the puzzle for Canelo Undisputed. Here we are. Canelo is competing for Undisputed tomorrow at 168. What happened with the Andrade fight in Canelo, and where does Andrade stand on his own? It seems like, and before you answer, it seems like he hasn't been able to get any of the biggest fights.
Yeah, it's been very frustrating. I mean, he's had a lot of good fights, you know, even next week, 2 weeks against Quigley. Good fight, but not a super fight. They don't, you know, as Robert Diaz said up there, you need both fighters to want to take these fights. The reality is, they don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. I'm talking about Charlo, mainly, right? Little bit Gennady Golovkin. But Canelo moved to 168, and then when you move to 168, why would you fight a 160 champion? Especially someone that's as difficult as Demetrius Andrade.
Right.
He's tough to beat. If he wasn't, don't you think that Jermell Charlo would unify the division against an undefeated American fighter? You've got two undefeated American fighters, world champions. Like, it's a great build-up, it's a great fight, but it's not even one. They never mention his name, let alone consider the fight.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right, but before Charlo inherited the belt, you know, through the franchise and all that, Canelo, and there was a window where he could have fought Andrade.
There was, but he couldn't make 160 anymore. He moved up to 168. You know, he boxed Callum Smith, he boxed Billy Joe Saunders. Now he's boxing Callum.
He fought Jacobs,
Kovalev at 175.
Kovalev,
yeah,
right?
exactly. So he went from 160. I believe that after that Jacobs fight was probably the moment he realised he couldn't make 160 anymore. I'm not speaking on his behalf, but you know, to move from 160 to 175, you know, and even 168 now, he's still has to make the weight. Right. So if you're at 168, you're just not going to fight a fighter like Demetrius Andrade.
Right, no, 160, I understand the weight.
So, but ultimately, it's very frustrating for Demetrius because the only good thing is we're keeping him nice and active. Do you know what I mean? It's not a case of, oh, we can't get Charlo, we can't get Golovkin,
if he fought Triple G, it would be a unified championship, right?
Great fight. And by the way, I make Triple G a favourite in that fight. Like, we haven't seen from Demetrius these unbelievable show-stopping performances that tell you he can beat Charlo and Golovkin, but still they won't fight him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
It's just,
all right.
The frustrating thing is they won't even mention him.
Appreciate you, Eddie Hearn,
Thank you,
Matchroom Boxing, the baddest brand in the land, CHAMPSIDE.